I think Bud could beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would beat Canelo.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The highly anticipated face-to-face between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence "Bud" Crawford took place during a high-stakes press tour ahead of their blockbuster super middleweight clash on September 13th. 2025 in Las Vegas. In the gripping confrontation dramatically staged during the Riyadh season press events, both fighters locked eyes under the watchful lens of international media, exchanging firm glances and confident proclamations. It was a staged mad moment of silent tension. Canelo's steely gaze contrasted with Crawford's resolute calm, each man foreshadowing the collision of styles and legacies in the ring. The build-up has been billed as nothing short of the fight of the century, a showdown featuring two of boxing's pound-for-pound elite stepping into combat for undisputed super middleweight supremacy.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO. He just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like, where'd Dana go?
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Alvarez, a well-known Mexican boxer, is a champion across 4 weight divisions, and the reigning undisputed super middleweight title holder, renowned for his remarkable power, defensive prowess, and versatility in the ring. Canelo has triumphed over many of boxing's biggest stars, cementing his legacy as one of the sport's elite fighters.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, you know, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Terence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska, is also a multi-division world champion, having held titles in the lightweight, light welterweight, and super welterweight divisions. Renowned for his switch-hitting ability, ring IQ, and knockout power, Crawford became the undisputed welterweight champion after his victory over Errol Spence Jr.
All right, we have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's going to be at 168. Plus, I'm not going to get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not going to get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special
Alvarez stands as a dominant force in the super middleweight division, boasting a professional record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws with 39 knockouts. His accolades include titles in 4 weight classes: super middleweight, middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight. Notably, Alvarez became the first undisputed super middleweight champion in 2021. Listen,
Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind.
at 5 feet 8 inches in and 34 years old, Alvarez combines power, agility, and experience, making him a formidable opponent. His recent victories, such as the unanimous decision win over William Skull in May 2025, reaffirm his elite status. Despite the challenges posed by younger and rising talents, Alvarez's technical prowess and ring IQ continue to set him apart.
And he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing. It was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Crawford emphasized that physical stature isn't what defines this matchup. He reminded everyone that he and Canelo share the same height and even possess longer reach. Crawford said of Canelo, "He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. He's 5 feet 8 inches and I'm 5 feet 8 inches in, and my arms are longer than his." He dismissed the narrative of a size imbalance, pinpointing that the true gap isn't in height, but in Canelo's habitual weight classes. While Crawford has grown through the divisions from lightweight to his most recent division at light middleweight, Canelo spent time as high as light heavyweight.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happened. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
the weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6 if you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo, after initially downplaying the fight with Crawford, shifted to a more open stance, saying he would be willing to fight anyone if it made sense financially. And in terms of legacy, Terence Crawford didn't take a tune-up fight before facing Canelo because it could have caused him more hardships. Moving up to 168 pounds is already a challenge, and going against a top fighter like Canelo without a warm-up fight makes it even tougher. Analysts argue that Crawford won't perform well at this weight class, especially against someone as skilled as Canelo. Many believe this fight isn't about competition, but more of a money grab, with Crawford risking his reputation. The general consensus is that Crawford's chances of beating Canelo are slim, making the matchup more about profit than sport.
Was Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there. Why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement. It's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan, come into a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.